If I thought technology was bad on Tuesday, boy was I wrong. Yesterday I had a lot of issues in my class that kids couldn't even log on. They couldn't get onto Google. They couldn't open up Microsoft Word. I mean, it was a struggle yesterday. So I hope that today really does go better. For those classes that didn't get to the Flipgrid assignment, we will revert back to those here within the next couple of days. And we will make sure that we can get ahead on that Flipgrid assignment and work with that. So today we are going to do kind of a laid back assignment, but you're still going to learn about why it is important to drink water. And then you're going to be able to tell somebody why it is important to drink water. But we will get to that lesson focus here in a little bit. Today is Thursday, September 24th. And like I said, you guys are going to read an article. You're going to do the given assignment, which will be to list 4 key points, and you're going to write a letter to somebody. Okay? I know yesterday I had a couple of classes that wrote letters to the governor, but today you're going to write it to somebody different. So start thinking about who you want to write your letter to, and we will get to that here in a short minute. So moving forward into our chat box question, my question that I'm asking you is, what do you prefer to drink? Is it water or pop, also known as soda? Pick one and put it in the chat box. So the SEL lesson today is going to lead into my lesson focus. So it is important to drink water, okay? But why is it important to drink water? Again, referring back to our central question, I asked you, why is it important to drink water? So again, hopefully that when you watch this YouTube video, it'll give you the reasons why it is important to drink water. When you're done with the YouTube video, just get ready for the lesson and I will move on. So our lesson focus today is going to be real laid back, like I said. But you still need to do your work and you still need to make sure that it's done correctly, okay? So you're first going to read the article, all right? I'm either going to A, post a link, or B, I will scan the article and I will upload it. But this is what the article is going to look like, okay? So when you Google the article, it's going to have kids' health at the top. It's going to be one page and just a little bit of a second page, okay? So if we can't get the article pulled up, I will scan it and I will upload it to Microsoft Teams, or I'll either email it to you, okay? We'll work with that when it comes to the time. When I post the assignment, this is what's going to look like as well. Okay, very simple. So here, I have your 4 important key points, and then below you're going to write a letter. So what I mean by 4 important key points is you're going to read that article first. You're then going to go back and you're going to write down the 4 things that stuck out to you, just like we've done before. Okay, so for example, if I'm reading the article and I see that this sentence is important, I'm going to write that in my 4 important key points because I personally think that was important. So if I were to tell somebody, hey, this is why it's important to drink water, then it should most definitely go into your key points, okay? After you're done with the 4 key points, you're then going to move on, okay? So that's going to be writing your letter, which you will accomplish right here. You can either handwrite it and send it to me, or you can type it in Microsoft document, whatever's going to be easiest for you. Within our letter, you're going to tell somebody, why is it important to drink water? So you can refer back to this article and use some of the key points from here. Or you can even look up some of the key points as to why it's important to drink water. Or if you just want to think off the top of your head why it is important to drink water, you can go ahead and put that in there as well too. Whatever you feel like is going to work best for you, I want you to do. Okay, so if, like I said, if that's reverting back to the article and using some key points from there, by all means do that. If that's going to Google and typing in why it is important to drink water and looking up that way, go ahead and do that. But if you also want to just think like, well, why is water important to us? You can go ahead and explain to somebody that way as to why water is important, okay? You should have at least 3 reasons why drinking water is important, okay? If you want to add a little bit more, that's fine. But do me a favor and don't add a little bit less, Okay, make sure that you guys have 3. When I ask you to write something, I don't want you to do it just broad, okay? So for example, I don't want you to write, water is important. Water is good. Water doesn't have a taste. Well, why is water good? What makes water important? Okay, I need you to explain why these things are the way they are, okay? Don't just give me broad general statements. Explain why these statements are important, okay? And then, like I said, you can use the article for help. I am going to demonstrate I'm going to demonstrate a letter for you. That way you have an idea as to what I'm looking for. So I will now demonstrate what I'm looking for within my letter, okay? So here I have either a piece of paper or I have my blank Word document, okay? So to start off a letter, usually you start off with hello or good evening or greetings, okay? So that's how we're gonna start off our article. However you wanna start it off, you can start it off, okay? So for example, I'm gonna start off with greetings. And I'm going to write to Miss Gilchrist. Okay? Because I'm explaining to Miss Gilchrist why drinking water is going to be important for the body. Okay, so now that I have my title or my greeting and who I'm writing to, I'm going to start physically writing my subject body now, okay? So remember, we're talking about you writing to somebody as to why it is important to drink water, okay? So I'm gonna list my reasons. All right, I listed my reasons. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I did an extra one. So I listed 5 reasons why drinking water is important. At the end of a letter, you usually say thank you for listening, or I hope this helps, or thank you, okay? So I'm going to say thank you. And I'm going to write my name, Coach Kamorny. Okay, so that way it actually looks like a letter that I'm gonna send to somebody. Some key points that we need to remember whenever we are writing our letter is, please make sure that you're using correct spelling. Do not, and I repeat, do not use text-to-talk language, which means write out the letters Y-O-U and not you, okay? Make sure you're writing out the word. Don't use the abbreviation, okay? Because if that's the case and I read this, I will send it right back to you and I will have you redo it until you get it right, okay? So please just do it first correctly. That way I don't have to send it back to you and you're doing it right, okay? So the next point is use correct grammar, which means do not use lingo, okay? So for example, this is why you drink water. That doesn't make sense, okay? It should be, this is why you drink water, okay? So please make sure that you're using correct grammar. Make sure you're listing at least 3 reasons why. I know in my example, I listed 5, but I just went above and beyond and I just listed 2 extra, okay? So at least 3 reasons why it is important to drink water. And then make sure we're using complete sentences, okay? So tie this all together and make a letter, okay? At this time, we should all be working on our letters and we should be working on our 4 key points on this Microsoft document. Again, if we can't get it to load, I will figure out a way to get it to you, whether that's email or whether that's we wait and I get it to you. But please make sure that we're trying to at least open up these documents and getting into these documents and trying to submit them, okay? Don't just say, well, his isn't working, so mine isn't working either, okay? Please make sure that you're trying yourself. If it doesn't work the first time, power off the computer. Maybe it'll work the second time. But if it's still not working, you need to let me know and we will work from there. But you need to make sure that you have your 4 key points done and you need to make sure that you have your letter done, okay? If there's any questions, I will be sure to help you out. Remember, I have another class with me, so I also need to tend to them. But before you go, I will have a couple of exercises and I will have an exit slip for you guys to look up and complete in the chat box. Okay? So keep working. If you need help, I'm here for you, and just let me know.